Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Let's introduce myself. My name is Alvin Indahwasuda. I am from class C with ID number 24, 20, 20, and 36. Okay, I wanna present about individualism in England as Western culture and collectivism in Indonesia as Eastern culture by the theories Soderbergh and Cockhook's theory. So let's learning together. Okay, what is culture? Culture is the cultivation of human thought, pattern, or behavior. Thus, it is the way of life of a group or human being. There are two main characteristics of culture: language and knowledge. And there are 3 points of element culture: learned, shared, and dynamic. Cross-cultural understanding refers to the ability to understand and appreciate the differences and similarities between different cultures and to effectively communicate and interact with people from diverse cultural backgrounds. This thing is important. Why cross-cultural understanding is important. Okay, cross-cultural understanding is important for students as a profession to understand cultural differences abroad. This is beneficial of academic activities when students study abroad and help me especially to adapt and mingle for correctness by learning knowledge and language of culture. And I'm shared and culture is dynamic, so this is important to learning. By learning knowledge and language of culture, by learning knowledge, language of culture, we can easy to communication with foreigners so that it's help to avoid misunderstanding and communication with foreigners. Based on Kalkhoff and Soderbergh's theory, the dimensional of human nature, collectivism in Indonesia and individualism in England, Eastern culture and Western culture, in Indonesia as Eastern culture, humans are mixed but basically good. Collective hierarchical respect in family, respect for senior, respect for teacher and the parent and our parents. Beside in England, as Western culture, humans are rational, self-reliant, independent, individualistic, and equality. Difference in Indonesia and West and England as Eastern culture and Western culture. In Indonesia, we human as social being closely tied to family and community, emphasizing social harmony and cohesion. Individualism is considered less important than the interests of the group. England view humans as independent individuals, emphasizing freedom and equality. Social relationships are seen as personal choice, not an obligation. Example of difference between collectivism in Indonesia and individualism in English cultures in real life. In Indonesia, family gatherings such as wedding or holiday, extended family members often gather and participate together, showing the importance of social harmony. In the workplace, decisions are often made collectively by the team, prioritizing group interests over individual interests. Indonesia tend to prioritize social relationship and harmony, avoid conflict, maintaining good relationship. Besides, in England, in family gathering, individuals often have their own plan and don't always gather together and don't always gather together, showing the importance of independence and freedom. In the workplace, decisions are often made individually by managers or leaders, prioritizing individual interests of over group interests. England people tend to prioritize individual freedom and autonomy, being more open to expressing opinion and disagreeing with others. My critical response, Cook and Sothberg the theory, the fundamental difference between collectivism in Indonesia and individualism in English culture. However, it's essential to note that these differences are not absolute and can evolve over time. Indonesian collectivism culture has strengths such as social harmony and community support, but also weaknesses like limited individual freedom. English individual culture has strengths like freedom and innovation, but also weaknesses like social isolation and lack of community support. So, in conclusion, highlight the fundamental difference between collectivism, Indonesia, and individualism. England culture is viewing human nature and social relationship. Indonesian view human as social being closely tied to family and community, while England views human as independent individual. The differences influence value, norm, and behavior. So our task is to respect foreign cultures, not to criticize or imitate excessively, because culture is a reflection of ourselves. Okay, that's all from me, and thank you. See you again next meeting. Bye bye.